Everybody, welcome. I am Deandra, your dollhouse mistress, and I am writing in the bit.ly link. All these are down in the description, guys. I'm going to be talking about the fact that some of y'all forgot that you said that 2026 was the year you're going to pay your debts. I am here to remind you, and I'm going to be reminding you all year long because I did it, guys. I was able to pay off my debts with phone sex, and you can too. I can teach you. I have trainings available. By the way, all of February long, doesn't matter when you sign up in February. If you sign up for the after party or for my oh geez, I'm blanking out. My training package that includes 2 training sessions or the after party happy hour. Sorry, it's a happy hour training session. If you sign up for the happy hour training or the now I'm blanking out on the other one, after party training, you will get to bring a friend. I have tag team trainings going on all through February. So, guys, ask me your questions about phone sex. I've been a phone sex operator now going on 18 years. Freaking love it. Still do it. Yes, I do. And I also help people get started. So, if you're interested, this is the website to go. By the way, it's all in the descriptions. Feel free to click through the descriptions also. Don't be shy about it. So ask me whatever questions you have, guys. I'm here to learn. I'm here to learn. I'm here to teach you so you can learn. And I'm all over the place tonight. So feel free to ask me anything. Sorry, y'all. I had a quick message that I was sending, but I'm about to finish that up. And yeah, so ask me about it, guys. Let me know, what questions do you have for me about being a PSO? Any questions that are on your mind, feel free to drop them in the chat. I don't know why my screen's bigger. There we go. That looks more normal for me. But anyways, guys, yeah, so in 2026, you want to pay off your debt. Did you already forget about that? Did you already forget that you said in the beginning of the year, just like 5 weeks ago, that you are going to pay off your debt in 2026? Have you been working on it, or have you forgotten about this goal? Guys, I paid off my debts. I paid off credit cards. I got out of major debt with phone sex. And I was able to do it. That means that it's doable and you can do it too. I can help train you. Hey there. Welcome, guys. Welcome to my live. I am Deandra. Feel free to ask questions, whatever questions you have in the comments. Thank you for the hearts. I appreciate it. Guys, February, like I mentioned a minute ago. Oh God, why am I blanking out with everything? So February, tag team trainings. Basically, bring a friend all month long whenever you sign up. So you can bring a friend with the training, and I will train and help both of you get started when you get either the happy hour training session or when you get the after party. With the happy hour training session, you get 2 hours of Zoom one-on-one training. Well, this would be 2-on-1 because I will be tag teaming you and your bestie, whoever you want to bring. And here you get 4 hours of Zoom trainings. And we can break them up however y'all want. If you want to do, for example, if you do the after party training, and you and your friend want to say, okay, so every Saturday for the next couple of weeks, we'll meet at like every Saturday at 1 p.m. We get you all started. You actually start taking calls because, guys, phone sex is one of the only industries where it has super low inventory. Literally, what do you need? You need that right there. You need your phone. And oh my gosh, my phone is dirty. That's embarrassing, y'all. I'm going to clean it a bit. See if I can actually clean it. I do have one of those little screens on it. It should be. Is that better? Okay, somewhat better. Anyways, y'all saw one of my dolls. I love these characters. I get to do them all and play with them all. And anyways, I freaking love them. She's becoming one of my favorites. Anyways, She's counting her money from her shift, guys. That's how we do it. That's what we do. So, and she's on the phone, she's at home, or maybe she's on vacation, who knows? But either way, she's got a headset. That's all you need. You don't necessarily even need the headset. That right there is all you need. You need to be able to log into a computer. And actually, online, that's what I meant. You need to be able to log in online, be able to get on the phone, take some phone calls, and that is it. And honestly, you don't even need the internet, because all of the companies that I actually promote and help people get started with, you have an actual phone number where we can call the phone number. It's like press 1 to log in, press 2 to log out, whatever. When you log in, you're taking your shifts, making your money. All right. So, anyways, guys, with these trainings, you get to get all of my ebooks as well, because I have several ebooks that help you get started. So with the happy hour training, you get 2 hours of Zoom plus all of my ebooks that I have in my collection. With the after party training session, you get all of the ebooks as well, and the 4 hours of Zoom. And again, we can do one long 2 hour session. If y'all do the happy hour training, you're like, I just want to get them out of the way. I want to do this. Let's sit down. Let's get it done. Or we can break them up. A 1 hour session today, 1 hour session tomorrow, whatever. 4 hours, again, break them up as we go. And if you do take advantage of the tag team trainings, because again, guys, you don't have to bring a friend if you don't want to. It's just a lot more fun, especially when you're doing something like phone sex, to be able to do it with someone, because you get to joke around, you get to play. It's like the ultimate girls' night. I'm not even kidding, guys. It's so much fun, right? So, anyways, sorry, y'all. That would be where to find it. You can also find it here on the page. Thank you for the hearts. I totally appreciate that. Let me show y'all where to find it on here, guys. You go to my YouTube and we'll be right there. And that is the YouTube channel. Oops. Hold on, y'all. That is extra bright, so I'm trying to fix that. So that looks somewhat better. So you go here to my YouTube page, guys. As you can see, I have several videos where I talk about being a PSO, where I give you tips, I give you tricks, I give you all that. So go watch some of those, give them some love, like that video, like this video. I do appreciate the hearts. But when you're on this page, whether you're on the computer or whether you're on your phone, you'll look for that link right there. All the links are also in the description, guys. This is just where I'm looking at it. And you go right there, Dollhouse Store. You'll go to this website. And again, different on the computer. It looks different here, but you'll see my featured product, your first $500 a week bundle. You get 4 ebooks with all of the details you need to get started. You'll get to see this image. What do you get? New PSOs who want to build a strong persona from scratch, you're going to get that ebook, one of my character building ebooks, because you're playing a character when you're doing phone sex. It does not have to be you. I can also help you find where to buy legal pictures you can use so that you can actually start making money, not use your own image. Guys, I was a teacher for many, many years while I was doing this. I've been doing this on and off since college. And then I was an actual school teacher, 8th grade teacher. Y'all know if they were to find out that a teacher was doing this, people would go crazy. So I legally bought model pictures and use model pictures even today, even though I've quit teaching, because I was able to replace that income with phone sex. So that was like great for me. So, anyways, you get some information about that. And that right there, guys, a little bit of what's the type of money you could be making as a phone sex operator. And I know it looks kind of blurry and like extra bright, and this is the setting that we have. But an hour and 46 minutes, that is $120.91. That was 1 hour. So a little under 2 hours. I made $120 on that shift. And this one right here, it's a little over 2 hours. I don't know like how much lighter I can go here, guys. There we go. That's a little bit better, but there are the numbers y'all can see. In a 2-hour shift, 2-hour 19-minute shift, that is $158 So this is the type of money you could be making as a phone sex operator. Could you pay off extra bills? Could you pay off your credit cards with phone sex? Absolutely. I did it. Guys, I remember when I was working as a teacher, talking about working as a teacher, and I'm going to share this story with y'all. My income was bad, and I feel like somebody out here definitely needs to hear it. Thank you for the hearts. I appreciate it. Let's go through what my numbers were. Like, I remember, because when you're trying to pay off debt, number one, you want to know your numbers. You need to know, how much do I owe? Where do I owe it? All of that, right? So the first step to pay off debt is always going to be know your numbers. Right. So I had it calculated. I know and I remember from scratch. So at that time, I used to bring home $3,100 a month. And they paid me once a month as a teacher. That is what I was earning after taxes, after my insurance, after all of the deductions and things, right? So my rent was $1,380. Give or take about $20 per month, because sometimes they would come in and do like pest invest in whatever, like they would come in and take care of like bugs and stuff, just all of the buildings. They would treat a whole building to complete on 1 month yes, 1 month no, 1 month yes. So if it was a month that my building got treated for like bugs and things like that, that was 1,400 in rent. So it was like give or take $20, but that was the base rent right there. So anyways, after that, that would leave me like that ate up half of my paycheck. Literally, it sucks, but our rent eats up half of our fucking paycheck. How do they expect us to do better, right? How we need to find ways to make more money. We need to find ways to actually pay the shit off that we can pay off, so that we have none of that. So rent is not really one of the things we can get rid of, right? Once we're done renting, we go into a house, then we have our mortgage, which is probably going to be more than that typically. Although I do know people who have pretty decent mortgages where that amount right there was actually more than what they were paying for their home. So, anyways, how did I do it? I did it with phone sex, because I did it with teaching and phone sex. Eventually, I was making more money doing this than actually teaching. And I said, okay, I'm done teaching. So, anyways, that right there would eat half of my budget. So my numbers like left after my rent, which was the first of the month, and I'd get paid the 28th or the 29th. I'd get paid the last day of the month. I had $1,700 more for the rest of the month. Then, of course, my car, because those were the two most important things for me. That was 480 for a long while until I was able to pay that off. Again, that's one of the things that I eventually paid off, guys, and I was able to take that off. But at the time I had that left me with like 1,240 or so, right? And then once I would pay that, I had four fucking credit card bills, and this is what was killing me. And what is it about the credit cards, right? No matter how much we pay the minimum, we pay a little bit more, we pay what we can, when we can, as we're doing it on schedule. And that interest kills us. It kills our budget, and it's horrible. But I am sad to say, but not anymore. So whatever. I had $510 of credit card payments a month among four different credit cards. That was more than my fucking car payment. And guys, I was able to pay that off. But after that, I was left with about $700 left after my rent, my car, and the four credit cards. And of course, the back of my head, I want to pay my credit cards. I don't want to be behind on the credit cards, because sometimes what happens, you end up needing it and it sucks. But if you're there, guys, I just want to tell you, you can get over that. You can pay those off. It is doable. What did I do? Again, what did I do? I went back to phone sex. And I say went back because, like I told y'all or have said many times, I've been now doing phone sex for 18 years total, on and off since college. So I did it through college. It was a lot of fun. It was great. But then I quit it because I actually got a job, right? I went and I was a teacher. So I was a teacher. I was eventually at some point making $3,100 a month after my taxes, right? So actually my check or my pay was actually more, but not really because they take out everything that they take out. So I'd bring home that, and and I was like, at some point, I was like, well, fuck, like literally, that's $700, guys, with just the four things. Factor in the electricity, which was usually about 50 a month. Factor in my cable, which was 75 a month or so. Factor in my groceries. Factor in my what else? Oh fuck. Gas was horrible because I had a 45-minute commute to my workplace to my school. So back and forward, I'd gas up twice a week at about $70. I remember I used to budget $70 a week. 70 times what? Let's see, 70 times four if it was a 4 week month or a 5 week month sometimes. Let's see, 70 times four was about 280. Let's just say 300 for fucking gas alone per month. Guys, that $300, when you are a phone sex operator, you can actually start saving that because guess what? This is work from home. So, how much are you spending in gas? Honestly, equals no gas. That's the best thing. No gas, no traffic, none of that. So, guys, saving that $300. So, that in itself, like 700 minus 300 is 4. So, all this right there, you can maybe probably assume was my 400. I had my electricity bill, which was normally anywhere from 40 to 50 a month. I lived by myself in an apartment, but I like to keep it cold, so my AC was always on. And I live in an area where like 100 degrees is the normal. My cable bill was like $75 right there. Groceries probably about 200 a month, and I don't really like I wouldn't I'm not somebody who like cooks a lot. I'm not somebody who cooks not a lot. I don't want to say a lot. I mean like extravagantly or whatever. Um so that in itself, okay, so then I would go to the gym. My gym membership was like 40 a month, right? But still that's like nothing. So anyways, let's say it was 250 for the rest of the month after bills. And guys, this right here isn't even close to my list. I had so many more bills that I'm leaving out of this calculation, but I was living paycheck to paycheck. I was sad. I was frustrated. I was like, what the fuck, right? And if you're feeling there, guys, there is a way out for you. I made extra money by going back doing phone sex. And one thing that I did at the time, I was going to go back to a company because my first round with phone sex, I was with the company. Oh yeah, I did actually going back to it. So I was with the company that paid me an hourly wage. They paid me like $10 an hour. No, they paid me they paid me 12 an hour plus sometimes if I got tips or whatever, it would equal to 18 an hour, which was great. And I was like, cool, I'm gonna call that company again. That company was then shut down. So I was like, well, what do I do now? So looked for a different company, got within like 2 or 3 days, got contacted by another company. I was like, I did this forever ago in college. It's been a ton of years or whatever, but I still have a little bit of experience and all that. They're like, we will work with you. So I told him, I'm a teacher and I don't want to work on Sundays because I'm going to need a day for myself, but I'm available Saturdays and I'm available in the evenings anytime after 7 p.m. And they're like, okay, well, that's fine. You can log in. So this was with a company that had absolutely no fucking traffic with people. So I started with the company. I got training, which is great. Typically, the companies will give you trainings. They gave me a model. They asked me to pay for my model pictures. So I paid for my model pictures. Guys, word to the cautious, right? If you decide to work with the company, such as Phone Sex Kingdom or one of those companies that actually trains you, and I'm not talking about being fully and totally independent. Being fully and totally independent, that's sites like Night Flirt, Talk to Me, Pillow Whisper, the ones that I talk about on this page, where you are alone, you are totally 1099, and you are creating your own account and all that. When I say work with the company, I mean a phone sex company, right? So they they have a shift. It's traditional. You get paid a flat hourly fee sometimes, hopefully, because there are companies that will not pay you that hourly fee. So this is what I was looking for. And I was like, okay, cool, I can do some hours. Well, this given company that I actually did start working for, they were like, yeah, the first 2 weeks, this is what they gave me. And they were like, okay, yeah, so that was good for 2 weeks. Because then they went from a hourly paid setup to a setup where you were then working off of the time you talked. That is like an independent company. That is like being an independent PSO on Night Flirt or Talk to Me or one of the other types of sites. They asked me to pay for my model pictures, so I paid them because, yes, why not? I'm going to be able to use this given model anytime or anywhere I want. And then they had some trainings. But I would log in and I would get crickets. I would get chirps. The first 2 weeks was okay. They paid me, I don't remember, it was like an extra 200 or something a week, maybe, because I would log in from like 7 p.m. to like 1 or 2 a.m. And I was like, okay, cool. I was happy. And then suddenly they're like, well, this coming week, we're making a shift. We're going from hourly pay to what did they call it? Like paid per talk minute. Now, see, guys, I had only ever been with the company. I had received hourly pay. When I started with this company I started working with, they offered hourly pay. I didn't know that this setup was a thing. They are the ones that told me, well, yeah, kind of like on Night Flirt, talk to me. At the time, I didn't know what those sites were, believe it or not. Now, I'd done phone sex again. I'd only ever worked with one given company, and that had been years earlier. Phone sex, Talk to Me, Night Flirt, I believe, especially Night Flirt, had been around for many, many years before, definitely while I was being a PSO, but I was in college. I signed up for this job, and that's all I did. I didn't do research like y'all are doing. So hats off to y'all who are doing research right now. And she's like, yeah, like Night Flirt, talk to me and whatever. She listed a couple companies and I told her, what do you mean? What are those? She goes, oh, you don't know what that is? Like, that's like being independent. And I said, oh, I didn't know I could be independent. Like, I'm not getting calls with you people. They were asking me to blog. So, one requirement for this company, I had to give them 2 blog posts a week. So I was sitting there writing for them so they can put my work on their website as that character, right? So it was supposed to be driving traffic to my page. Guys, I would log in, literally no calls. I would log in during the day when I could. I would log in different times because the owner would say, "Oh, it's because you're on in times when no callers are on here." I'm like, "What the hell?" And if anybody ever tells y'all that bullshit, leave that company then and there. So I was making no money. And even though I was sitting on the phones waiting around for calls and stuff for about 3 weeks later. So then I'm not the type to give up on something super quick. I gave it 3 weeks and I feel like anybody would have probably quit way before then, especially with absolutely no calls. One day I'm on the calls and this guy messages me and says, hey, whatever, we are chatting. We had a like texting, DMing type of a thing set up. We chatted for 30 minutes. He said, great, I'm about to call you so we can talk. I waited for the call. I waited and waited. Nothing, no conversation happened. I got upset because I essentially wasted 30 minutes chatting with this individual and got no call, meaning I didn't get paid for any of that. So then, about an hour later, he messages me back and says, that was a great call. That was a lot of fun. I told him, I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't get to talk to you. Like, I've been waiting for your call. I thought you were maybe changed your mind. And he goes, oh, I don't know what happened, but I talked to somebody. The dispatcher, and I do believe this was on purpose, of the PSO company I was working with, sent my phone call to a brand new PSO who'd been working there for 1 day. And this girl talked to this man for a little, maybe 30, 40 minutes. And we were all on a group chat over here on this side. She was all excited. She came back. She's like, I just got off of a great call. It was like 40 minutes. The guy tipped me $20. And I was sitting here like, what did y'all talk about? And she kind of started giving me, she's like, well, I can't give you all the details, but this and that, whatever. I was like, oh my God, my caller got sent to you. I was beyond pissed, y'all. So after that, I just told him I'm done. I quit. And I started looking into the sites like Night Flirt, Talk to Me, which I talk about on the site, Pillow Whisper. Those are the ones I started with. And you know what, guys? It was actually about February of that year. So it was right about this time of the year. So this might be my anniversary. So yay me. Leave a little heart or a little champagne bottle, congratulations emoji, whatever, down in the chat, guys. I would appreciate that because I really do think this is like my PSO anniversary. So yay. But anyways, I looked at these sites. I already had that model picture that they had asked me to pay for. I had the necessary documentation the sites were talking about. And it was somebody on Talk to Me that actually got on a phone call with me and was like, okay, this is how it works. This is what you need to do and whatever. You get to pick the times, which was the best thing ever. So I got to choose the time that I worked. So guys, let me ask you, right now, you said you want to pay off debt in 2026, right? You said you want to work for yourself. You want to quit your given job, whatever that is. If those were some of your goals, I need you to listen up. I need you to start thinking about this because one of the main benefits that you have as a phone sex operator is that you get to choose when you work. So let me ask you and think about this and take it to heart. Do you choose when you work? Do you have control of your time or does your job dictate that for you? Who dictates your schedule? Who dictates or what dictates when you get to relax, when you get to stay home, when you have to go somewhere else? Is it you? Do you get to choose? If not, I need you to go ahead and start today. Check out the descriptions, check out the comments. Really think about it. Like this video, heart it, think about it a little bit. Really think about how this could help you. Go into my profiles, go into my links, check out all of my resources, jump on the trainings. Um, this is the website. You can type that in, guys. Take a screenshot of this, all of that, or go into my descriptions, click on the links, check out all of my ebooks. If you just want to read about it and you want the steps given to you in an ebook, I have several. You can get individual ebooks about any given topic you can imagine when it comes to being a phone sex operator, or you can get one of my bundles where you get several of those ebooks, or even the Power and Profit Playbook, which is all of the ebooks, or we can jump on a Zoom training and we can actually do it together. We can role play, we can talk about my experiences, your experiences, because I'm not only here to help brand new PSOs. If you've already been a PSO, if you've got some years of experience and you want to try to get to the next level, let me help you do that. Let me work with you and let's go ahead and get you to that next level. I have helped hundreds of girls. I have helped hundreds of people, guys, get started brand new. And then people who've already have experience, I've also helped them go to that next level, whether it's checking out your profile and fixing up some SEO stuff to get you to rank higher, how to rank higher. Every site's a little bit different in how they rank us, what they're looking for. And guys, I love puzzles. It's essentially a puzzle. Any given algorithm out here, all of them, it's a puzzle. We can figure these out. And I've gotten really good at both of those. I've gotten so good at both of those. So I had a girl that I worked with some time ago. We worked on her Night Flirt profile and her Talk to Me on Night Flirt, and we changed it, right? I took what she already had for her characters. We changed it up a little bit. Take this out, add this, put this, make that instead, whatever. And her Night Flirt profile, you have to bid to get up to the higher to the higher spots. But what a lot of people don't know is what makes you have to bid less. The profile. Knowing what Night Flirt is looking for can easily take you, just like the girl that I worked with, from having a bid 216 per click to 142 per click, saving her about $1.50 every time somebody clicks on her profile and boosting her spot way, way higher than it would have been. So, yeah, visibility is important. Night Flirt, definitely bid. I always have people ask me, should I put a bid in or not? Yes, always. But you also need to know what else that algorithm, that puzzle is looking for. I can help you give you those tips and that information. And talk to me too. Took her profile, same character, because she did have models. And we looked at it, changed it up a little bit, not the same because the sites aren't looking for the same thing. So you definitely want to change it and alter it to the site itself and give the algorithm what it wants, right? Um, hers her profile after our appointment started ranking in this page 2 and page 3. She was like flip-flopping for a good while, and even now she takes calls after calls after calls, and she's always going to be, I always see her in like the top 3 pages. My profiles are always usually up there as well. So I do it myself, like I said. I'm not somebody who did it 10 years ago, 15 years ago, and now just tries to teach people and tell y'all, do this, do that, and see how it goes. I'm actually here with y'all. I'm doing it. I'm taking calls, and I fucking love it. Like, I love it, guys. So, anyways, going back to like my story, right? When I was doing this and I started, I I was here. I was living paycheck to paycheck like bad. Not even paycheck to paycheck. I was like paycheck is done and gone by like the 12th of the month and I have 10 more days before my next paycheck. What the hell am I going to do, right? And I've been there, guys, and it sucks. They say paycheck to paycheck, right? But it's really not. Like you're paid, it's like paycheck to PA. um but this is what can help you get beyond that. This is what can help you. The way that I was able to, guys, I got rid of those credit card payments. So 510 in my pocket. Eventually I paid off the car, another 480 in my pocket. That right there gave me what? About almost $1,000 that I could actually breathe, relax. Like, I wanted that. I needed that comfort, and I did not have it here at all. And I don't have kids. I can only imagine those of you, and I would always say to myself, I'm making $3,100 a month. I should be good. I don't have kids. I'm by myself. But given our climate, given our fucking economy and how everything is set up and what everything does, it does not allow us to be okay. So it's up to you. It's up to us to figure out how are we going to get okay? What do we have to do to get where we want to get? Guys, this right here is the answer. If you're here, if you're curious, if you want to learn how to do it correctly and how to do it successfully right off the bat, not ignore, but not go through all of the pitfalls and all of the things that are stressing women and men out when it comes to being PSOs, all of the things that are keeping them from making the money they deserve to make. Set up a time for us to talk. Grab my ebooks, read them. If you actually buy the ebook, read it. Please apply the information, look at it because it will help you. And guys, I'm not here to give you BS information. I'm not here to take your money and not give you what you're actually wanting or trying to do. A lot of people out here are doing that. The other day, and I've talked about this a couple times, but I just can't get over it. There was a girl charging $40 for a 3-page PSO how-to guide. All it listed were that. So you're welcome. That's about $28 worth of information, according to that girl. Like the companies that you can work with and some other information. that was very generic, very basic, and probably something she Googled and copy pasted into a sheet that she did not make pretty. Like, I do all that because I love having things look nice. I add my dolls throughout my ebooks. All of my ebooks, I think the shortest one that you would get would be about 12 pages, and that's going to be one of my line ebooks because it's literally like 11 lines that you can text to a caller, that you can text to a customer to get them going, to get them talking to you again, texting you, sexting you again, and to open up those conversations. Because guess what? You get paid for texting, you get paid for literally chatting, not just talking on the phone, which is a lot of fun too. Night Flirt pays you 66 cents per text message you send to somebody. When they respond to you, they pay a certain amount of money. You respond to them, you get paid 66 cents. And yes, it adds up. Talk to Me also has a texting platform. Talk to Me pays you your per minute rate, which you get to set, you get to choose. They will pay you that while you're on the conversation, kind of like a DM conversation with them, but that one has to be interactive. It's not like a text message where you're waiting and can possibly spend like 10 minutes in between a text and stuff. As long as that person is with you, let's say they talk to you and you've got them going back and forward for 10 minutes, you just made some money. Whatever that per minute rate is, whatever your percentage is. Pillow Whisper actually has a texting setup that goes to your phone, to your actual text messages through a, what's it called? Through like a masked number. So they don't have your actual phone number, guys. They don't have your actual information for any of these sites, which is great. You are totally anonymous. It's safe. It is good. So Pillow Whisper, they will actually send it to your phone. So it just looks like you just got a regular message. So if you are at work, like I was at work sometimes taking messages, because back then Talk to Me and Pillow Whisper did the same thing where they can text me to my phone, my actual cell phone, and I would respond and I would get paid per message. Well, I would leave school, like I would make an extra 30 to $40 a day of my actual work day just walking around answering a text message in between classes or whatever, or during my lunchtime and all that. So, in a typical school day, when I was logged on and when I was doing this with both of these sites, I would make an extra 30 to $40 that day, which was extra to me always. I never counted it in the actual like pay that I would get. I would be like, okay, during this shift, I made $180, and I wouldn't be counting the $40 I made during the day while texting. Because to me, I would count talking money, like per minute talking money, versus, and or not versus, but excluding what was actually with the text. So if I knew that, hey, this week I'm going to get an extra pay of like 900, it would actually be more because I wouldn't be counting whatever I texted back and forward. Because to me, that was genuinely extra. All right. So that's one thing to note also. So it's not just being on the phone, guys. It's also sexting back and forward. All right. And yeah, I have ebooks about that. So let me show y'all and go through what those are, where they're at. When you go to the site, guys, that right there will be the first one, unless I actually clicked it. No, I did not. So sorry, y'all. I guess it's not loading correctly. But right here under all products, right there, you'd go to all products, it'll load that page. That right there is going to be the bundle with every single ebook. So if you want everything, you want to know how to get started, how to succeed, how to start making money fast and quick with phone sex, guys, this is the bundle that you need. This is the one that's going to make you that money. All right. They're all going to make you that money, but this is the one with all of the details. So if you want everything, go with this one. And if you want all of the ebooks plus some Zoom trainings, go ahead and get a happy hour training session or an after party training session, because with either of those, you'll get all of the ebooks. So you get that bundle. Plus, you're also going to get a 4 or 2 hours worth of Zoom time. So So it's up to you guys. And again, remember right now, all of February, we've got tag team trainings going on, which means you can bring a friend if you would like. If you would like, if not, nobody else has to come with you. But what I would do, because this is what I've done, like with programs, for example, Mind Valley, I love that program. I love all of those um, quests that they have, all of the classes, things like that. They have so much cool things, in my opinion. I've bought the yearly program and I told a friend, like, hey, you pay half, I pay half, and we'll do it together because it's always more fun to have something and to do something with the friend, right? So if you want to talk to one of your friends and you want to both become phone sex operators and all that, like I talked about in my other page, then go ahead and do this. Do one of these sessions, and then both of you are on Zoom with me. You're going to both get all of the ebooks. So you have all of that information beyond our trainings. And again, guys, it is optional as to whether or not you want to bring a friend or not. But that is one thing that I've done in the past with similar programs where I'm like, hey, you want to do this with me? You want to do that with me? Yeah, you pay half, I pay half, and we'll both get the links and stuff. Yeah. So that is actually why I had this idea. And it is February, the month of love, the month of friendships and happiness, all of that, right? So, anyways, guys, that's a little bit about how to go about doing that. So they told me, okay, so as an independent PSO, you get to choose when you work. So this was perfect for me because I would go to school, right? And like I told y'all guys, with this company, the first company that I signed up with when I came back into being a PSO, they they had asked me, what schedules do you want? So I was already used to being on from 7 p.m. till about 1 a.m. So I said, I'm just going to continue the same thing. However, if I didn't want to be on that given night by myself, I didn't have to. Or if I wanted to log in a little bit earlier or log off a little bit earlier at midnight, if I was having a slow night back then, whatever, I could. And keep in mind, I had a full schedule. I was also a teacher, so I didn't necessarily want to stay up till 1 or 2 in the morning sometimes. But when I was working with the PSO company, that was the schedule they requested of me. That was what they assigned me and gave me. I couldn't choose. I was just stuck doing that. But here I got to choose. If I wanted to log in on a Saturday, I could. If I didn't, I could go out, because there were times where my friends would be like, let's go here, let's go there, let's do this or that. And there were times I just wanted to sleep. Like, I'm sorry, y'all, but if you are a teacher, then kids take it out of you. If you are a parent, kids take it out of you. Some of y'all have many kids, some of y'all have one. Imagine having 30 at a time coming in one group after another, 5-minute breaks in between. It is tiring. I liked it. For me, it wasn't the kids ever. It was the schedule. I did not like being bound to the schedule, which again, traditional PSO company. That's kind of what I'm saying too, right? They had me there from 7 p.m. to 1 a.m. I could not leave sometimes. They had me there on the weekends as well. I had to be there, even though after the second week, they were not paying me. Stuck it out with them for like 5 weeks. Didn't work out. And I went totally independent. And this is how I started making actual money. So the sites have clients, guys, and they all have ways to promote yourself in the site. Um, so Night Flirt has the way where you can bid, get your account up in people's eyes and sites and all that. You can bid your account higher and higher to get you to the first page. Talk to Me has ways of doing that as well. You don't bid or anything like that. They have so many clients, but they do have a system for us to be able to reach out to them. The more we reach out to clients, the more people see our accounts, the more attention we get, the more we get to talk to people. And then Pillow Whisper, this one, you get your accounts. There are ways to contact customers and whatnot, but with this one, you definitely need to be able to promote yourself in different ways, such as with social media, things like that. And guys, there are ways to do that. I actually teach you. Let me show y'all. Actually, I didn't show y'all all of the ebooks. I got sidetracked. That happens to me sometimes, but Where's my promotions ebook? Okay, guys, so that one right there, the pregame training, real quick, 1 hour training session. If you just want 1 hour with me, no ebooks with this bundle or anything like that, you can go ahead and book this session with me. But I am looking for my ebook. And by the way, guys, like I said, none of these ebooks, that one right there is about 12 pages. All of the rest are more than that. You are getting your money's worth. I'm not here to screw people out of money. I'm not here to give you some BS stuff that isn't going to work. Everything I give you is going to make you money. All right. So, especially this one, if you don't know what to say on the call, that is the biggest issue that I have people that they tell me. Like, that is the biggest number one thing. I can't do that. I can't be a PSO. I don't know what to say. Or when people sit with me and train, I don't know what to say. Okay, well, this ebook solves that problem. I give you 100 plus scripts, conversation starters, actual conversations, actually, where I'm literally saying, okay, this is the scenario they want. Maybe they want the kinky librarian. Great. You're going to say it like this. You're going to breathe. You're going to pause. You're going to say this. Now wait for a response. Literally, I break it down bit by bit. And then for each script that I give you, I tell you, how can you flip that script? Okay, next time, instead of you being the librarian, he's going to be the librarian. Or, well, your caller. Maybe it's a she, who knows, right? But your caller will be the librarian. Or maybe there will be a couple of librarians or whatever, right? Anyways, I give you those suggestions as to how to flip that script. And then you know that somebody likes that given call topic. Great. Now you tell them at the end of your call, oh my God, I can't wait for next time because we are going to do A, B, C, and whatever. We're going to talk about this. Now you just secured yourself a call, a second call with that person. That is how it works, guys. These are the tips I give you. And that right there is worth gold. So if you do nothing else, get nothing else out of this conversation, out of this live, thank you for the cards. Thank you so much. Definitely start doing that. But anyways, I'm trying to find where my promotions ebook's at. I did not see it scroll through. Oh, right there. Okay, guys. So how do you promote yourself? There are ways for us to promote our characters or ourselves. If you are using your own picture, if you are using yourself, your own images, more power to you. However, you don't have to. Where and how can we promote ourselves? What websites can we use? What social media accounts, platforms? What can we say? What can we not say? We need to be careful. So this right here will teach you how to do that, how to get more people on your account, increasing your number of callers, increasing your money, right? So that ebook right there will help you do that. And then once you have them on the calls, I have several ebooks, especially this one, that's going to tell you exactly what and how to handle that call, what to say. Voices of seduction. There are so many characters you can play. You can be the brat, you can be the dom, you can be the mom, you can be whatever, right? All of those characters would say something different, would talk, speak, act differently. Voices of Seduction is going to give you the lines for those characters specifically. We don't want to mess that up. Silence. Silence is awkward for many people. Many people don't like it. That would be a call killer for most. I teach you how to handle the silence, what to do when the line does go silent, because there will be moments. If you don't want to lose that call, if you want to make it work for you instead of against you, this is the book for you. So, anyways, guys, like I said, my DOMs, anybody interested in domination style calls, this would be the ebook for you. How you would make your schedules, what you need to do as far as your time, because especially if you are going from employee to entrepreneur, which you would be owning your own business. And again, if that was one of your goals this year in the beginning of 2026, you need to stop thinking about it. Start taking action. One of the things we have to work on in that case is our mindset. This ebook helps you with that because it is hard keeping track of our schedule, keeping ourselves accountable, doing all of that. It is so rewarding. It is great, but it is also hard. So, any type of resources that you can get when it comes to that are golden. This is one of those resources for you, and it's all here. So, check it out in the links, check it out in the descriptions, guys. $100 calls. I showed you all 2 call examples a little earlier. And yes, those are current calls that I myself took. Those calls happened, I want to say at the end, I don't know if it was the end of December, beginning of January. We're now February 12th. So yeah, it was a couple weeks ago. But yes, guys, there are 6 specific things you need to do to ensure that you have a good call. This right here, my $100 phone sex call frame book, will teach you what those things are. And again, you can get this on its by itself, or you can go ahead and get the bundles that included. Specifically, this one right here, the very first one listed, your phone sex business 101 profit and power playbook. That is going to be all of the ebooks. Right now, I have 15 ebooks for you. 15 ebooks you can get separately or that you can get together. This is a $415 value if you were to get them separately, but you can get them at $149. That is a huge savings. And honestly, I would go in there and I'd take advantage of that because I am thinking about increasing that price, guys. But for now, you do have that tips as to what to do with the ebook, what you get from it. That example. This is a fun fact, a fun statistic for you all who are considering this, who need to make more money to pay off your debts. On average, a PSO makes $50 an hour. That shows 5 because of the little plus. That's crazy. Sorry, y'all, but right there, it's back there. $50 an hour. There's proof. One of my accounts, right? 1 hour, literally a 1-hour call, $54.90. And this was the account where I charged the least because my other accounts actually make more than this. But fun fact for y'all. Can you make money with phone sex? Yes, you can. I can teach you. So if you really want to learn, if you're really finally serious about paying off debt, how do we get out of this scenario? Because this was my life, guys, about 3 years ago, 4 years ago, whatever. This was it. I maybe had an extra $200 after my bills were paid. And that left me without the ability to go have fun, go out for like drinks, whatever, with friends, go anywhere, do really anything extra fun. Couldn't go to concerts, couldn't go do all this because I was literally stuck. And I know that if you are there, there's ways out. This is the way out, guys. And I can help you do it. So if you want to pay off your goals, if you want to pay off your debt, and that's one of your goals, this is something you can do. Like, it was stressful, right? Living like that, guys, it is stressful. When I started seeing extra money coming in, I felt so good, but I did not start seeing extra money come in, like I said, until I was with Night Flirt and Talk to Me. I think the first week, because this page, this website, Night Flirt, pays you daily. Talk to Me pays you weekly. So when I started, again, brand new, totally coming into it right off the bat. The first week, I got paid first from Talk to Me because Night Flirt, especially at the very, very beginning, takes a little bit of time to verify your banks, process the payments, all of that until it becomes consistent and like the system recognizes all of that. The first payment I got was from talktome.com. It was an extra $184 that week, that Friday. So this company pays like Wednesday morning to 3 a.m. or whatever, but I would receive it on Friday. Depending on your bank, you could maybe receive it Thursday or Friday. Mine comes in Friday. And I was so relieved. Like, I literally was 2 weeks away from my next paycheck from school, which was my normal pay. They paid me once a month. And I think I had like $48 in my bank account. So being able to see that suddenly I had an extra $184 and I'd only been able to work, I think, 2 days that week, a couple of hours each night. I was so happy. Like, I was on top of the moon. I can't even tell y'all. And I want you all to have that experience. So then, the following Friday, I got paid again from Talk to Me. It was about the same amount of money. At first, it wasn't a whole lot of money. But also, when I went fully independent, I wasn't sticking to 7 p.m. to 1 a.m. every single night. I think I cut it down to every other night because I would get home tired and whatever. And sometimes I just didn't want to log on. And now I actually had the power to choose. And then I was also logging into Night Flirt at the time. So Night Flirt calls started coming in as well. Not as often because your account needs a little bit of time to build up, to get clients, all of that. Sorry. But then I would see payouts daily, right? And maybe about a week and a half after my first Talk to Me payout came in. So I got two Talk to Me payments that came in before my first Night Flirt payment came in. And after that happened, I just started making money like every 2 or 3 days. Like, it starts flowing, guys. It starts coming in because Night Flirt pays you daily. So if you think about it, and even though there's a bit of a delay, 7 to 10 days is what's on the website. It's more like 5 to 7, maybe about a week. So, but once you start getting a payout on the first and the second, and maybe the fourth and the fifth, then your payments start coming in on the 7th and the 8th and the 11th and the 13th and the 14th and the 16th. And that is the best. Like, I freaking love it. But you start seeing money coming in, and you're like, oh, okay, wait a minute. I had $40 this morning, but I'm going to have a $68 payment come in. So I really have about 100 today. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit away so that I can pay off that credit card or that car or whatever. And the first thing I was able to pay off were the credit cards in a couple of months. And that was like super awesome. In about 4 months, I paid off my credit cards. And then I started putting that money. So that at that time freed $510 in my bank from my budget. So what I started doing at this time was I started putting half of that money towards my car payment. And that started getting paid off faster. So I was able to pay off my car at that point in about a year and a half. But that was only after I paid off my credit cards, and I was putting an extra 250 in my pocket just for fun for me or whatever, because I was like, finally I can have a little bit extra for fun stuff, right? Because everything else was still pretty much tying up my budget. But it was a little bit extra. I started working, I kept working. Eventually I added Pillow Whisper, so that was even one more account. Pillow Whisper paid monthly. They actually did old school and they do it now. They actually do PayPal and other options, but they would have like the 3% whatever charges. And I was like, it's okay. I will print my check out, take it to the bank, and just wait the 2 or 3 days on that, whatever. So eventually, guys, I got to the point where Pillow Whisper, my goal was literally work enough to get my rent covered, because this would pay out on the first of the month, technically the last of the month, but you wouldn't get it till like the first or the second. So whatever I had from Pillow Whisper, I would put towards my rent. And a lot of the times I would have to cover the rest or whatever. Because again, Pillow Whisper is a website where you have to promote your character. You mainly and mostly have to drive traffic to it. It's not as easy as Night Flirt or Talk to Me that already has a super awesome built-in way to get clients, but they're there when they find you, if they find you. So it was like, for me, it was number one, number two, and maybe sometimes I'd get a call and all of that. So so that little by little, guys, is how the freedom kicks in or comes in, that peace of mind from, oh my god, I'm so stressed out, I don't have money right now, I don't get paid until 10 days from today, 5 days from today, what am I gonna do, to, oh, okay, cool. I'm gonna get another payment tomorrow and another payment tomorrow and another payment the day after that. And you're in that flow of just receiving income because you were working and that company had a daily pay and this one has an every Friday pay. Like, I'm not even kidding, guys. If I can find my former calendars from this time, I actually had a separate calendar set up to where I would like write down, okay, so like on the first, I made $82 on Night Flirt. So then I would put little post-it notes and be like, okay, on the 10th, on the 7th, whatever, I would put it and I'd be like, $82 should be hitting my account at this point. And then I would actually write it on the paper itself when I'd actually see it come in. But I would track my payments and stuff just because why? I wanted to track and make sure that I could get all this taken care of and out of the way. And when I was at that point where that money was flowing in like that, I felt so much better, so much more at peace. And I knew, okay, well, if my tire busts, I don't know how many times that happens to me, guys. I swear my car is like a fucking magnet for some reason. One within 1 year, I got 13 nails in my tires. They knew me well at the Sam's Club. I would take my car and they'd be like another one and be like another one. And they'd be like, "What are you doing? Where are you driving?" And it genuinely was not anything crazy. I was like, "To work, home. Do you drive by construction? No, I don't. Are you near construction? No, I'm not." Like, that was the only literal thing that they could come up with, and they would often ask me, "Do you live by? Do you drive by? Are you near a construction site?" And the answer was always no, but yet my car, my wheels, my tires always found the fucking nail. Like they were looking for it and got lucky and, whatever. But in this any kind of emergency, right? When you're stuck like this, guys, and you are literally living paycheck to paycheck, and that one given paycheck doesn't even cover what you actually need because this was not enough at all. Like when I was here in this situation, one single paycheck, and it was a good amount, 3,100 a month. I consider that to be a decent amount of income. Wasn't enough. And unfortunately, our economy is there to where the majority of us are here. So if you are stuck in this scenario, please don't feel bad. You haven't done anything wrong. The economy is set up really shitty, and we are in a really ugly time period right now. But there are things you can do, and there are ways that you can get out of here. I did it at one point, so you can as well. I did it with phone sex. And if you want to do this, guys, again, let me help you. Let me teach you. Let me be the person that actually gives you the information you need to succeed so you can start getting rid of that scenario, so you can get rid of that stress, and get the ability to choose your time, your schedule, your work, and be free. So if you get to the point like I did where you don't want to have that given job wherever you're at that kept you here because you actually have the opportunity to make a lot more than that by doing something like this or something else even, let me be that catalyst. Even if you don't want to do phone sex for a long time, you don't have to. For me, when I started, my goal was literally get out of here. Get out of that stuck feeling. Get rid of the stress. Pay off my debt. Get rid of my credit card payments. Save up some money because I could not save money at that point. That was my only goal. And I said, I'm only going to do phone sex for till I can get rid of my credit card payments. And then I did that. And I was having fun with it and I liked it. And I was like, okay, you know what? I was able to get rid of my credit card payments. Let me see if I can get rid of my car payments as well. And I liked it and it was fun. And I decided to stick with it. But if you only want to get rid of some credit card payments, you don't necessarily want to quit your job. If you just want to get some extra money like for vacations coming up. I know spring break is coming up for a lot of people. Well, at least in the US. I know vacation time, June, July is coming up. And if you're planning a vacation, maybe you're a family, you have a family and you'd like to go on vacation, then use this just to help you reach that goal, whatever it may be. Or if you want to just pay off debt, use this, do it for a while you have to, and then stop. A lot of people do that. I have a friend who I helped get started with Phone Sucks. She has an account, she has a profile, and she's like, it's fun, but she only does it from like October to December and then in January sometimes so that she can have extra money for Christmas gifts. And then she doesn't do it really the rest of the year. She'll log on here and there, whatever, just to keep her account active because she knows that come October, she's going to start getting more serious with it again. She's going to start picking it up. And what's great, guys, is this again, you're independent. You get to choose when and if and how much you work it. So if you want even just a backup, like right now, layoffs are going crazy. I read this horrible statistic that's just scary to me. 480,000 layoffs are planned from 250 top US companies. I believe it said that like 250 Fortune 500 companies were going to be letting go of 480,000 people in the US in the next 2 to 5 months. To me, that is scary. So it is time for a backup plan. And if it's not this, guys, I really want you to think about what would you do if that were you? What do you want to do if not this, even, right? Because to me, I'm like, what? Like, that's insane. And even jobs you would consider safe. For example, I would consider teaching to be a safe job. During COVID, it was the safest job. We were at home. I was a teacher during COVID. We were at home on Zoom. It was fun. It was great. All I had to do was turn on the Zoom 3 to 5 times a week, see what students would show up, do the work, whatever. If they did, great. If not, oh well. But we were not worried about losing our jobs. We were not worried about what's going to happen with our jobs like a lot of other professions were. And that was a blessing, right? But I would consider it to be safe. And now, 2026, January 2026, I read an article saying that several schools in the United States are considering getting rid of certain classes and making them online classes. That is insane. They're getting rid of teachers because they are deeming specific classes unnecessary in person. So the kids are going to get high school kids, not alternative type of teaching or whatever. They're literally going to have the option, and not even an option at some point in the future, to do their class online versus in school with the teacher. And I mean, we have virtual learning as it is, guys. Typically, a teacher, an in person teacher, is with them taking those classes. However, this is 100% online class, no human interaction whatsoever, because the kids can watch the video, do the quiz online, and that's that. And guess who saves money if that becomes a thing? The school districts, because now they don't need to hire as many teachers, right? It's crazy. It's sad. It is scary. So we need backup plans. So if nothing else, you need a backup plan. This right here for me is my plan, right? But if it were my backup plan, it'd be a hell of a plan. At one point it was, right? It was my backup plan that became the plan because I was a teacher and I quit because I was like, I can match my income. Actually, I can surpass it. And what? Work when I want, not have to wake up at 6 a.m., not have to sit in the car for 45 minutes and fight traffic going to school. Y'all know how bad school traffic is, and not fight traffic coming back home in the afternoon, although teachers would tend to stay longer by the time that we were allowed to leave campus. Usually the main school traffic was done, but still, I lived in a big city. If I didn't have to sit in traffic highway traffic for 45 minutes in the afternoon. That was great. So, anyways, guys, and guess what? I got to save about $300 a month from that too. So, I can say that just based off of this list, when I quit teaching, or just from doing phone sex, right? I got rid of my credit card payments, I got rid of my card payments, and I essentially got rid of my gas payment, or gas budget, I guess, went lower because, yes, you need gas, of course, to get around, but I didn't need it drastically on a weekly basis because now I get to work from home. So, yeah, guys, that's a little bit about my thoughts lately. So, welcome to my brain, welcome to my mind. This is a little bit about my background and how I came back into phone sex and what I was able to do with it, because you can do the same thing, guys. You literally can. I am here to help you. I am here to teach you. I'm here to answer your questions. This is the link for you to go to if you are interested in the trainings. Don't forget, y'all, I've got tag team trainings going on. If you want, bring a friend with you. If not, leave a friend at home. They're home, right? So, anyways, how do you get, what are the tag team trainings one last time? So, happy hour trainings or the after party trainings. Both of these, you get all of the ebooks in my bundles. And then you also get, with my after party training, 4 hours on Zoom. And with the happy hour training, you get 2 hours of Zoom. And we can break these up. We can sit down and do one long 2-hour session, or we can do one like on Saturday and then the next Saturday. We can, if you do the 4 hours, we can do one 2-hour session. We can do one 4-hour session. We can do Saturday, 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 Saturday for a while. But that right there, guys, you're going to get all of the ebooks. Hey, everybody. Welcome. I am Deandra. Check it out. Ask me your questions. I am helping y'all learn how to become PSOs, make extra money from home. So I will stick around a little bit longer, but if y'all have questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. And if you're rewatching this, feel free to ask questions. DM me. Check out my links and everything else, guys. Let me show y'all one more time where to find all that. Sorry. I cannot get over my doll, y'all. I am obsessed. So, how do we get there, guys? From here, from this YouTube channel, just so y'all, if y'all missed it, I have more videos, so feel free to check those out. Check out my shorts. But from the main part of that YouTube channel, underneath the picture, all that, you'll go here, Dollhouse Store. You'll see my featured product of the week at the moment, and this does change sometimes. So if you see a different product being featured, don't freak out. All y'all got to do is scroll down, and then you'll be able to see everything else. So here's my full bundle. Okay, guys, if you keep scrolling, you'll be able to get to the very bottom and see the next page. But to find the bundles and the trainings, go here to where it says trainings. This is all of the ebooks, 15 ebooks to teach you how to be a PSO. The pregame training, this is a 1-hour session, just you and I. This is excluded from tag team trainings, but this right here will be you and I for 1 hour. No ebooks included. If you click on them, it'll give you the details of what it is, what we can do, what we can cover, but you and I are on Zoom. This is the one that applies for tag team trainings, which is the happy hour training or the after party training. 2 sessions, all of my ebooks that I've talked about with the information about how to start being a phone sex operator, where to promote yourself, how to find clients, how to find the images for the models, how to create a good character, how to start promoting it, what to say on the calls, which is probably the most important thing. But you get all of that with the happy hour training sessions. And then you can also do an after party training session. This one right here, 4 hours on Zoom, and all of the ebooks that I talked about. So you can go in here, guys, and pick whichever one you'd like. feel free to drop your questions down below. And feel free also to look around here and see what it is you'd like. I do have more options, more bundles. Of course, start off with that one. Oh, it didn't actually go over. Wait a minute. What happened? I guess my phone is lagging. This is the trainings. And okay, so it clicked. All right, so we keep scrolling. 4 ebooks. This is my featured one. Then this one also has 4 ebooks. How to get started in phone sex, a little bit of everything. Create your personas, promote yourself, and learn what to say. Little bit of everything right there. Seductive personas. If you're just like, well, I just want to learn how to create my characters, this one has both of those ebooks, an actual ebook and its companion with the fill in the blanks. It'll say right there, fill in the blank, with questions and details about how to create a good PSO persona, because that is very, very important. That right there, guys, going back, is a step everybody misses. You're either going to put yourself out there, which is great, more power to you, like I always say, or you're going to pick a model and be like, oh, my model's so pretty, put her out there. But who is she? This is the step a lot of people miss. You get no depth to your character. You get no personality. How do you expect somebody to want to talk to you? So that right there, even if it's you yourself in your picture, how much of yourself are you willing to share? That is one thing I wanted to make sure that I said before I moved on to something else. Are you willing to share your favorite movies, your favorite songs, what you do for a living, where you live, or whatever? These are things you need to know. These are things you need to determine before somebody may ask you these things. Do I want to say that, or do I want to lie about that given detail? All right. So anyways, 100 PSO conversation starters in this bundle as well. And then, guys, you can go in here. You can look at the different options. Again, the character persona ebooks. This one's just those 2. And you can check out all of the different bundles that I have for you all. But I will go ahead and jump off, guys. Thank you all for being on. Do not forget to subscribe, like the video. I don't know why I'm blanking out tonight, guys. It's like I forgot how to spell things. Like the whole freaking hour, y'all. I don't know what's wrong with me. So click the button. It looks like a button. Totally not intentional, but we'll do it. Click the button, guys. Click the little bell so that you can jump on with me next time that I'm live. Put the little hearts down there. I'll do it too, just to click the heart. I don't know why I think that's so funny. I think I may need to go get some sleep. But anyways, give me a like or 2, all of that. Oh, it's not a heart on here. It's like a thumbs up. I'm going to try to draw a thumb. So click the thumbs up, y'all. That's a horrible thumb. And I'm not going to say, I don't know if it's appropriate for the topic, but I'm not going to say it. So use your imagination, y'all, which is important. It's an important part of being a PSO. So with that, y'all, have a good night. I will see y'all, or a good day, or a good morning, whatever time you're watching this. And I will see you all. Feel free to check out the links down in the description, down in the comment section, or take a screenshot, type that up. And remember, I've got tag team trainings going on. So it doesn't matter what time of February you sign up for a tag team training. So go grab your bestie, be like, hey, we're going to start working for ourselves. We're going to start making money. We're going to quit our crappy jobs. And then we're going to go make a shit ton of money and go on vacation and all of that, right? So anyways, y'all, I will leave you with that. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye. I had to, y'all.